पापा जी होगी पापा जी होगी।
ओ हाँ जस्सी की हो गया?
ओ नहीं पापा जी होगी
ओ की होगी उन्हें मैंने टाइम लग रहा है।
पापा जी अपनी वड्डी गड्डी ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च हो गई।
ओ तेरी
Oh, Justy, look!
Wonder what's happening, guys? Well, if you remember Justy from our very first blockbuster, Vaddi Gaddi. Well, Justy's all grown up now and become a car reviewer at Power Trip. So sit back, enjoy, have some popcorn, and watch the review of the XUV 500 Automatic.
If you don't recognize this car, chances are you've not stepped out of your house in the last 5 years. This was Mahindra's answer to the demands of the Indian customer as the first Indian urban SUV back in 2011. A big and brawny SUV that had a feature list taller than me, a futuristic design, comfort and safety of a car, and all of this at a price point that was more affordable than any other SUV that even came close to this. But hold on a second, that's not why we are discussing this car today. We are because this value for money bag of awesomeness now has a new badge, right here. So what took them so long? Well, possibly finding the right supplier. Because unlike what some of us might think, this is not the same automatic transmission you've seen on the new Scorpio. It's a brand new unit from Mahindra's new vendor from Japan. No CVT, no dual clutch, simple time-tested 6-speed torque converter unit. And before I jump in to take the XUV for a spin, allow me to show you what more does the XUV 500 has to offer. If looks is your thing, then you will find more reasons on the outside rather than inside the XUV. A broad stance, unique S-shaped DRLs, flared wheel arches and proportions that leave a lasting impression. But if functionality is what you're looking for, welcome to the inside of the XUV 500. Sitting in the front seats will make you feel nothing short of a mighty king. Nicely contoured, wrapped in leather, they're very comfortable. The rear seats too are nothing short on comfort or space. This dual-tone dashboard gets a 7-inch touchscreen that comes with Bluetooth telephony, navigation and a whole lot of media input options. You also get automatic climate control AC and a whole lot of buttons. But let's quickly find out how well does it drive. Let go of the brake and the car starts to crawl slowly. It'll reach at about 5 km per hour at a maximum speed, and that's going to be really helpful when you're driving through that bumper-to-bumper traffic. Slam onto the throttle and it responds almost instantaneously. Now the XUV has always been a quick SUV, and the automatic doesn't change that a whole lot. Mahindra's got the gearing spot on with the new gearbox, and the car's compliant both in city and highway. But those who've driven the first generation extensively would know that the car felt a little wobbly, especially on high speeds. And then once into a corner, didn't feel that sure-footed. It had a fair amount of body roll. When the second generation came in 2015, Mahindra really retweaked the suspension and sorted all of that. This one runs the same suspension as the 2015 second generation one. And so the car feels really planted, really sure-footed even on high speeds. I'm doing it at 80 kmph, 1500 rpm, 6th gear, and the cruise control works spot on this one. You could really leave it at 100. The engine really cruises easy. Nice comfortable seats to be sitting in. Now the braking on the XUV has always been impressive right from the first generation, but the dual tires on this car have two issues. One, they are highway tires, so they can't really make justice to the all-wheel drive tag. And second is they're not all that great when it comes to braking. The fuel efficiency figures on the automatic are 13.68 ARA as specified, and they're about 16 on the manual. Also, the automatics are 1 lakh rupees more expensive than their counterpart manual variants. Now, speaking of variants, the XUV is broadly categorized in 4 different variants, and all of them run the same 2.2-litre diesel MOC engine. But here's the good part. No matter which XUV you buy, it's gonna come with 2 airbags, ABS with EBD, and all 4 disc brakes. And all of this put together means that this car right here gets 4 out of 5 stars in the Australian NCAP. That's great. Now for the variants, I suggest you grab a pen and paper. Alright, let's begin. 4 variants, W4, W6, W8 and W10. Further, W6, W8 and W10 come with an automatic transmission. W8 and W10 have an optional all-wheel drive system, which again comes with both manual and automatic. And this engine is now available with almost all variants. Now this one right here is the XUV W10 all-wheel drive automatic, which means this is XUV in its best form, and as such on the outside this is identical to the W10 manual except for 2 things. One is the automatic badge we saw right here, and the second one, the door handle on the front doors do not come with that small little request sensor for keyless entry, nor does it get a start-stop button. But to me the math doesn't add up, because somebody buying an automatic transmission is buying it for comfort, so why should he or she miss out on such great features? There are a couple of more flaws with the car too. The inconsistent panel gaps throughout the cabin, some of the plastic parts rattle, and the boot, well, with all seats upright, has only enough space for a small duffel bag. But don't let that bother you too much. Simply toggle the third row down and you have all the space for your bags. Now let's talk about the second badge on the car, the all-wheel drive. Now I'm from a school of thought that all SUVs should have a 4-wheel drive or at least an all-wheel drive, simply because it opens up a lot more tooling possibilities for you. You can simply be driving on non-existent roads, marked slush, snow, or even a beach. Even with the all-wheel drive badge, don't mistake this to be a true off-roader. Now truth be told, the front-wheel drive XUV 500 with big tires, 200 mm of ground clearance and a decent amount of low-end torque will take you to most places this would. The all-wheel drive just makes it a lot simpler. So whether you can justify the 80,000 rupee price difference is a question each one answers for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the verdict, but just before I do that, allow me to show you one last thing. But for that, I'll have to wait for the sun to set. It's a different experience to drive the XUV in the night. As you unlock the car, the S-shaped DRLs light up and the puddle lamps project an XUV logo. Open the door and the illuminated skid plate welcomes you. You'll be greeted by soft ambient lighting just in the right places, a host of backlit buttons and a 2-dial instrument cluster, one that looks to be borrowed from a fictional superhero's car. The XUV has the brightest in-car illumination I've ever witnessed. The magic of the lights continue as you start to drive. The xenon headlamps light up the road ahead nice and bright, and the cornering lamps light up the corners as you approach one. No moving motors, no complicated sensors, just 2 extra lights in the headlight assembly, which light up as you turn your steering. No matter which way you turn, both cornering lamps light up every time. XUV 500 automatic drives well, lots of space, packed with features, and you got to agree, looks impressive, especially at night. If you're in the market today to buy a 7-seater automatic SUV, your options are pretty limited. You can either buy the Honda BR-V. Well, it can seat 7, but Honda doesn't call it a 7-seater. It's also half the price, so it's not in a direct contention with this one. The other options could be a Hyundai Creta, a 5-seater SUV, smaller engine, smaller cabin space, a lot less features, and is 1.7 lakhs more expensive. Cheaper options could be a Renault Duster or a Mahendra XUV. Both these cars come with AMT transmission. The Duster gives you an all-wheel drive that doesn't come with an AMT, and the XUV well offers 7 seats, but not really for adults. If you want a true 7-seater SUV that's below 20 lakhs, has all the features and more that you want, then the Vaddi Gaddi, as Jussie says it, is the car for you. Alright, the lights are out and it's time for me to go home. But if you missed Power Drift's first blockbuster, click right here. Enjoy watching. Goodbye.